Hello friends, my name is Nikhil Singh Chadak and I am working as an assistant professor in School of Vocation Studies, Ambedkar University, Delhi. Today I will be discussing about the topic tourism, culture and state. Subtopics which I will be covering under the same are introduction to cultural tourism, importance of cultural tourism and various activities, impacts of cultural tourism, relationship of the state, tourism and culture, various challenges, and finally the impact of COVID-19 on the cultural tourism. After studying this unit, you will be able to describe the relationship amongst tourism, culture and the state, explain the importance of cultural tourism, list the various impacts of cultural tourism, outline the relationship between state, tourism and culture, and to describe the impact of COVID-19 on the development of cultural tourism. We'll start with introduction to cultural tourism now. Tourism is becoming one of the most important social and economic activities of today's world. The number of domestic and international travelers is gradually increasing and many countries in the world are now seeking to develop tourism for its many benefits. This is also a justifiable concern about the existing as well as possible negative effects of tourism and a growing desire to develop this sector in a planned and controlled manner that optimizes benefits while preventing any serious problems. In addition to newly developing tourism areas, those places that already have substantial tourism development are now re-examining their tourism sectors, policies, and in many places desiring to make improvements where necessary to meet contemporary standards and environmental objectives. Recognition is gradually being given to the development of tourism in an integrated manner that sustains its resources for perpetual use and helps conserve natural and cultural heritage. In developing tourism of any particular country or region, its cultural heritage plays a very crucial role. Equally amongst is that how the culture is portrayed to the tourist or how its promotion is carried out in the tourist generating markets. Along with it, ideology, values and the vision of the tourist plays a very critical role in influencing the nature of tourist development and policy formulation. The vice versa is also true in this regard. Since the tourism is generally considered as an unproblematic activity that is beyond a political agenda, the government and intergovernmental agencies concerned with tourism have generally not been questioned or who makes tourism policy and what its contents are as far as social and cultural impacts are concerned. The notion that it is an industry which is generally considered as a remedy for foreign exchange problems with no side effects has improved to be erroneous in the case of developing countries. Cultural tourism is a type of tourism activity in which the visitor essential motivation is to learn, discover, experience and consume the tangible and intangible cultural attractions or products in a tourism destination. These attractions or products relate to a set of distinctive material, intellectual, spiritual and emotional features of a society that contains arts and architecture, historical and cultural heritage, culinary heritage, literature, music, creative industries and the living cultures with their lifestyles, value systems, beliefs and traditions. All these are the very important parts of the cultural tourism. According to the United Nations World Tourism Organization, which is a global body dealing with tourism industry, cultural tourism is movements of persons for essentially cultural motivations such as study tours, performing arts and cultural tours, travel to festivals and other cultural events. Cultural tourism is a big business. Some people seek to embark on their travels with the sole intention of having a cultural experience, whereas others may experience culture as a byproduct of their trip. Cultural tourism, again defined by UNWTO as a tourism centered on cultural attractions and products. It is one of the fastest growing segments of the tourism industry, accounting for an estimated 40% of all tourism worldwide. It intersects with heritage and religious sites, crafts, performing arts, gastronomy, festivals, intangible heritage and contemporary culture to boost economic growth and sustainable development through the cultural tourism. which can lead to job creation, regeneration of rural and urban areas, and the protection of natural and cultural heritage. Cultural tourism is a continuous evolving subsector which continues to be transformed by changing lifestyles. Various forms of cultures and creativity can be made, and traditional and digital innovation can happen. It has also become an increasingly complex phenomenon, taking on greater political, economical, social, educational, ecological dimensions. Now moving on to the next subtopic, that is importance of cultural tourism. In the previous slides, we discussed about few facts, definitions, the meaning of cultural tourism. Here we would be discussing about the importance of cultural tourism. Cultural tourism is important for many reasons. Perhaps the most prominent reason is the social impact that it brings. Cultural tourism can help reinforce identities, enhance cross-cultural understanding, and preserve the heritage and culture of an area. It can also have positive economic impacts. Tourists who visit an area to learn more about a culture, or who visit cultural tourism attractions such as museums or shows during their trip help to contribute to the economy of the area. Attractions must be staffed, bringing with its employment prospects, and tertiary businesses can also be benefited, such as restaurants, taxi firms, and various hotels. Furthermore, for those seeking a deep cultural experience, options such as homestays can have positive economic benefits to the members of the community who host the tourists. So, cultural tourism, directly or indirectly, we can say, also affects the local community. Also, one of the most important benefits of the cultural tourism is the educational aspect. Tourists and hosts alike can learn more about different ways of life. This can help to broaden one's mind. It can help one to think differently and to be more objective. These are qualities that can have many positive effects on a person, and which can contribute to making them more employable in the future. The next subtopic is creative tourism, a new form of cultural tourism. As we discussed in our previous slides about the cultural tourism, here new form of tourism, that is creative tourism, which is a subset of cultural tourism, we would be discussing. Creative tourism is a new type of tourism recently theorized and defined by Greg Richards and Crispin Raymond in 2000. They defined creative tourism as tourism which offers visitors the opportunity to develop their creative potential through active participation in courses and learning experience, which are characteristics of the holiday destination where they are taken. Creative tourism involves active participation from tourists in cultural experience specific to each holiday destination wherever they are traveling. Cultural tourism activities. So, the various activities, whether a tourist is seeking a deep cultural experience or otherwise, there are a wide range of activities that can be classified as cultural tourism. Here are the few examples, like staying with a local family in a homestay, having a tour around a village or town, learning about local employment, for example, through a tour of a tea plantation or a factory, undertaking volunteer work in the local community, taking a course such as cooking, art, embroidery, etc., visiting a museum, again as a kind of a tourism activity, visiting a religious building such as mosque, socializing with members of the local community, visiting a local market or shopping area of any destination, trying the local food and drink which comes under gastronomy, which is again a very closely linked with cultural tourism whenever we talk about the local food and cuisine. So, visiting the local market or shopping area, trying the local food and drink, going to a cultural show or performance, any local shows as per the local traditions and customs, visiting historic monuments. So, India, as we all know that India is a land of lot of historic monuments, so which is closely linked with cultural tourism. So, now we would like to discuss about the impacts of cultural tourism. So, there are a range of impacts resulting from cultural tourism activities, both good and bad. Here are some of the most common examples. Revitalization of culture and art. Here, under this, some destinations will encourage local cultures and arts to be revitalized. This may be in the form of museum exhibitions, in the way that restaurants and shops are decorated, and in the entertainment on offer. For example, this may help promote tradition that may have become distant. So, this is one of the major impact of cultural tourism. The next one is preservation of heritage. Again, this is a very important agenda these days as per the Indian government. Many tourists will visit the destination especially to see its local heritage. It is for this reason that many destinations will make every effort to preserve its heritage. This could include putting restrictions in place or limiting tourist numbers if necessary. This is often an example of careful tourism planning and sustainable tourism management. So, sustainable tourism management is closely linked with the impacts of cultural tourism. So, cultural tourism can positively or negatively can affect the sustainability of a destination in terms of tourism. Now, the next topic is the relationship of the state, tourism and culture. Again, it is a very important topic pertaining to cultural tourism. Tourism is developed for various reasons. Besides economic benefits, tourism can also justify applying measures for environmental and cultural heritage conservation for which resources otherwise might not be available. Socially, tourism in its best form provides recreational, cultural and commercial facilities and services that may not have been developed without tourism for use by both tourists as well as by the residents. It provides the opportunity to educate people about their cultures and environments as well as their own national heritage. Often this helps in ideological and political differences and reducing prejudicial attributes, that is achieving a cross-cultural exchange. However, tourism can also generate various problems such as the loss of potential economic benefits and local economic distraction. Environmental degradation of course is again one of the negative impact, the loss of cultural identity and integrity and cross-cultural misunderstandings. Again one of the negative impact, reinforcing existing prejudices. These benefits and problems will be examined in more depth in the specific context of cultural aspects. One of the difficulties in examining the relationship between tourism, culture and government is that the concept of culture is like state or power, a contested concept. Recreational tourism is typically perceived as a leisure activity which is undertaken voluntarily, without constraints as a sense of obligation. On the other hand, politics denotes a struggle over scarce resources, the domination of one group over another and the potential exercise of state control. The two would therefore seem to be completely different social entities altogether. The problematic positioning of tourism within either the public or the private sphere reflects the understanding the social context within which tourism is both defined and occurs as an activity. The notion of the conceptuality of tourism as a form of leisure implies the recognition that there is no such thing as absolute freedom. Each state sets the framework and rules by which tourism activities can be pursued. Even within the free countries of the West, certain tourist behaviors may be prohibited. Freedom is hedged by the prevailing distribution of resources and by rules which define those activities as admissible or inadmissible pleasures, and which defines those activities which may be legitimately pursued in their own right rather than for instrumental purposes, and which specifies by whom they may be pursued. The role that tourism can play in influencing cultural heritage is inherent in ideas of commoditization, which implies that where one's personal cultural displays of living traditions or a cultural text of lined authenticity become a cultural product to meet the needs of commercial tourism. Furthermore, ethnic and multicultural festivals may be seen as cultural products to be exploited for tourism ends. Individual ethnic cultures and multiculturalism itself are to be sold using professional business practices through the medium of festivals and other special events. The above discussion makes it very clear that tourism cannot be termed as an economic activity only for the state. It is very closely related to culture and society of the destination, or either can be a local destination, regional or national level destination. Hence, it is necessary for the state or the government to formulate a tourism policy keeping in view not only the economic aspect but also the issue of commoditization of culture. Culture and tourism have a mutually beneficial relationship which can strengthen the attractiveness and competitiveness of places, regions and countries. Culture is an increasingly important element of the tourist product as it creates a distinctness in a crowded global marketplace. At the same time, tourism provides an important means of enhancing culture and creating income which can support and strengthen cultural heritage. cultural production as well as creativity. Culture and tourism are linked because of their obvious synergies and their growth potential. Cultural tourism is one of the largest and fastest growing global tourism markets, and the culture and creative industries are increasingly being used to promote destination. Precisely in India, cultural tourism is one of the fastest growing tourism product currently. The increasing use of culture and creativity to market destinations is also adding to the pressure of differentiating regional identities and images, and a growing range of cultural elements are being employed to brand and market regions. The complexity of both the tourism and cultural sectors implies that platforms must be created to support collaboration, and mechanisms must be found to ensure that these two sectors can communicate effectively for the betterment of tourism and for the betterment of local community at a regional level. Local communities are beginning to come together to develop cultural products for tourism rather than competing directly with one another. New policies are likely to be feature new structures and projects involving public-private partnership and bringing together a wider range of stakeholders to use culture not only to make destinations attractive for visitors but also to promote regions such as destinations to live, work and invest in. Culture in all its forms is likely to figure strongly in the tourism product and promotion of most regions, even though which have traditionally relied on their natural assets such as sun and beach or mountain for their attractiveness. Destinations are also trying to increase their comparing advantage by adding to their stock of cultural attractions. They are also trying to develop their intangible culture and society, and as well as creativity. Culture and tourism are linked because of their obvious synergies and their growth potential. Culture is one of the largest and fastest growing global tourism markets these days, as we have already discussed, and due to the increased use of culture and creativity to market destination, it is also adding to the pressure of differentiating various identities in terms of regional and national level. A growing range of cultural elements are being employed in terms of brand and market regions for better marketing and branding of cultural tourism. Culture and tourism are hence essential tools to support the nation as well as the regional level destinations for the betterment of society and for the betterment and for the growth of cultural tourism in India as well as globally. Regions can also contribute various things in terms of cultural tourism products which can increase the attractiveness of the destination so that more and more visitors can visit that particular place and invest in it, enhancing their competitiveness thus. In order to achieve this, various partnerships, public-private sector partnerships are essential. The complexity of both the tourism and culture sectors implies that it has to be supported, collaborated and should be mechanized in a way that two should get maximum benefit and can contribute to the nation's revenue and nation's growth. Now, the next topic is challenges towards developing cultural tourism products. So, what are the various challenges to develop a particular cultural tourism product precisely in India as well as globally? So, number one point here is there is a need to create sustainable relationships and avoid tourism damaging cultural resources. At the same time, it has to be recognized that cultural tourism may place a greater burden on the cultural infrastructure and the local community than other forms of tourism. So, it is impacting local community in positive or negative in a certain manner. Although cultural tourists are perceived as good tourists because of their cultural interest, this interest may itself cause problems. The desire to experience the local and the authentic culture of a particular destination may place visitors in competition with local people for certain services and resources, which precisely affects local people in terms of employment and in terms of their livelihood. Cultural tourists are also more likely to want to visit cultural attractions which are vulnerable to visitor pressure, thus creating a pressure on that particular destination and which may require special management and conservation measurements as a result. Integrating cultural tourism and national or local development strategies, this point is again one of the point which has to be discussed here in terms of the impacts. It is clear that most regions now recognize the benefits of integrated development strategies which tackle issues related to living, working, investing and in visiting the region. In many cases, policies that are beneficial for residents will also be attractive to visitors and vice versa. A good example is the slow cities movements which started in Italy. The philosophy of developing a city with a slower pace of life, a slower way of preparing and eating food and a richer network of contact between residents is also extremely attractive for tourists. In other words, it is almost important for policymakers to think in an integrated manner about the relationship between tourism and culture and how they both affect the life of the region as well as how they make it more attractive for visitors. So, it is a responsibility of the tourist as well as all the stakeholders to develop our cultural tourism products in a sustained manner. Number 3 point here is dealing with multicultural societies and intercultural dialogue. It is also clear that regions everywhere have to be dealt with increasingly diverse resident populations. At first sight, this may seem to be problematic in presenting local culture to visitors, since the stereotypical relationship of one population group with a single group region is increasingly. At the same time, however, a growing number of regions are also beginning to embrace diversity as a source of culture and tourism, thus enhancing the scope of cultural tourism in a particular region. This should not be viewed as one-dimensional relationship between ethnic enclaves and tourism consumption, but rather as a creative source which can not only generate new forms of cultural attractiveness, but which ultimately create new relationship between regions around the globe. So, finally friends, the recommendations at local level for developing cultural tourism, here are the few points which are very important in terms of the recommendations. While state-led policy interventions in cultural tourism remain crucial, local authorities are increasingly vital stakeholders in the design and implementation of cultural tourism policies. So, this is again one of the important recommendation for the local level growth of cultural tourism. Cultural tourism can be a powerful catalyst for urban regeneration, although tourism pressure can also trigger complex process of advancement of cultural tourism. Cultural tourism has been harnessed to address rural-urban migration and to strengthen rural and peripheral sub-regions. So, cultural tourism friends plays a very important role in the development of rural and urban infrastructure as well as to stop the migration. Environment-based solutions support integrated approaches to deliver across the urban-rural continuum and enhance visitor experience by drawing on the existing features of a city is again one of the important recommendation. Again, the current pandemic has brought to the forefront the evolving role of museums and their crucial importance of the life of societies in terms of health and well-being, education and economy. So, it is very important to educate people at the local and national level and to tell them the importance of cultural tourism and its products. New technologies have enabled several new innovations that can better support cultural tourism and digital technologies in visitor management, access and site interpretation. So, the next very important topic is COVID-19 and cultural tourism. So, these days the pandemic is going on and it has very strongly impacted the tourism at a global level. So, the COVID-19 pandemic has stopped cultural tourism in its tracks if you talk about India as well as at a global level. Throughout 2020, international arrivals plunged to 74% worldwide, dealing a massive blow to the sector, which faces ongoing curiosity and unpredictability amidst international travel restrictions, broader closure and physical distancing measures. Countries have been forced to impose widespread closures of heritage sites, cultural venues, festivals and museums, some of which may never reopen. We can see that COVID-19 has clearly impacted all forms of tourism, but precisely the cultural tourism. In February 2021, recently United Nations World Tourism Organization launched the UNWTO Inclusive Recovery Guide, that is socio-cultural impacts of COVID-19 and cultural tourism. So, UNWTO invited UNESCO to contribute to this second set of guidelines relating to the socio-cultural impacts of COVID-19. The publication draws on the insights of the two UN agencies to analyze the impact of pandemic and suggest solutions for cultural tourism to prosper again. under the principles of shared responsibilities and greater inclusion. So COVID-19 we can see has clearly impacted the cultural tourism, but UNWTO and various government and national and international agencies are putting a lot of efforts to bring our cultural tourism on track. Post-pandemic vision to generate cultural tourism. As a tourism is inherently dependent on the movement and interaction of people, it has been one of the hardest hit sectors by the pandemic and maybe one of the last to recover. Although a lot of efforts have been made to bring this particular tourism product on track, and lot of publications, lot of research have also been conducted. While the pandemic has dramatically shifted the policy context for cultural tourism, it has also provided the opportunity to experiment with integrated models that can be taken forward in a post-pandemic context. While destinations are adopting a multiplicity of approaches to better position sustainability in their plans for tourism development, there is no one-size-fits-all solution. A comprehensive integrated approach to the cultural sector is needed to ensure more sustainable cultural tourism patterns at a global level. Several countries have harnessed the crisis to step up actions towards more sustainable models of cultural tourism development by ensuring that recovery planning is aligned with key sustainability principles and the sustainable development goals. So we have to keep sustainable development goals in mind whenever we are planning to restart the cultural tourism again at a global level. The key role of local actors in cultural tourism should be supported and developed. So friends, let's sum up all the topics which we have covered today. This particular unit which we have discussed today, we discussed about concept of cultural tourism, importance of cultural tourism, various activities, various impacts of cultural tourism at a local and national level. So we discuss about the various impacts of cultural tourism at local and national level, both the positive and the negative impacts, which has clearly impacted the cultural tourism. The relationship between tourism and culture we discussed here, and we have understood that there is a very close relationship between tourism and culture. Both the things cannot survive. Various challenges for developing and promoting a cultural tourism product. And finally, we discussed about the impact of COVID-19 on cultural tourism and the post-pandemic vision to restart the cultural tourism globally. Thank you very much.